Hello, in this video, first of its kind, I will guide you to a process of creating a plugin or an app for Foodtiger, WhatsApp or QR. It works for the three platforms. This is a request for one of our clients that they will need an impression like this one. So the restaurant can enter impression text, and that text should appear on the menu itself. So this is pretty simple, and it's get even more simpler with when we have added the option to add your own plugins or option to upload our own plugins. So in this video we will just do that. It will be helpful for you to learn how you can extend the system, or some of your developers can work on extending the system. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I'm having here my site that works locally. Open integrated terminal, and I think it's already running on localhost. That's correct. In this case is WhatsApp food ordering, but should be same for all. So I will log in as owner. And since I will be working on the project locally, the module will be directly installed, of course. The modules are installed in the folder called modules. So here you see that I have the PDF invoice already installed, and in this process I will be creating a new one. And we did use accounting modules. Yep, we use this tool for creating the modules management, and they have a tool for creating new new packages or new modules. So if we go to the wiki, we will see the command that we need to have. So it's fact php artisan module make and the module name. Okay, so I will be going here, and I will say instead of PHP I'm using cell, so it's because it works locally on Laravel 8. I'll be having cell artisan, then module make, and I will call it this Impress. Let's see the correct name, Impressum. Okay, and when we do that, we should see the code, the script that actually create a new folder here called Impressum, and all the configuration, all the files that you will need should be there even more, but yeah, it's okay to have it like that. Now let's start the configuring part. So what I need to be configurable is this title here, this impression, and this text here. So if we go to the to the module.json, here we should have two additional fields as I have in PDF invoice, and if I go here I have global fields and vendor fields. Let me tell you think about the two. Okay, and what else we need is the version. Okay, version 1.0, and the name is impression. Okay, I think that was it, but let me give another check. So we have name. Okay, name we don't have, but we do have description and version, and yep, description we have. Okay. Okay, so these global fields, if I save it like this, and if I give a title impression title, you will see that if I log in as admin, If I log in as admin, I will have that in the site settings. Okay, so so the separator should be Impressum, and the title of the Impressum, let's go like that, and it appears here. So this is a setting that will go for the administrator, title of the Impressum, but in fact we don't need it here, we need it in the vendor fields. So I will remove it from here and move it here. And I refresh it now, it will be just the PDF invoice. I will log out and log in as restaurant. Owner secret. Owner secret. Okay, and if I go here to the restaurant configuration, I should see this under the app settings. Okay, so I have Impressum and title of the Impressum with default value. I should have Impressum. Is that the correct name? Let's Google it. Yep, that's correct. Then this should be, the value should be Impressum. So as you can see, this is type input and the value of the type is text. Okay, and we need more the Impressum. We don't need a separator anymore. The title should be value of the Impressum or just the Impressum. Impressum title, Impressum value. Okay, this should be text area. Value should be empty. Enter desired value. Enter desired Impressum. Okay, let's see how that will look. So we have a title of the Impressum and the Impressum text itself. Okay, so this thing is already done, and what this will do, if I save it now, this is my Impressum. I like it so far. Let's see if it's saved. That's correct. When that's done, it creates a custom value for the restaurant, and those custom values are saved in configs, and as you can see, there is and there is. Okay, for the restaurant one. So via the module, via the vendor fields, I directly am able to set up the configuration values for the restaurants, for the vendors. Okay, after that's done, we need to go on the other part and to see the value here. To see the value here, but since this is controlled directly by the core code of the project, we need to work on it directly in the code. I'm not able to do that via the module, so I need to go to the resources, to the views, then to restaurants, then to restaurants, then to show, and I should have it somewhere on the bottom. Okay, these are the JavaScripts. Okay, let me find it. Okay, and section, and let's do just h1 test. Where it is? Don't see it. Okay, so this is the on the menu section. Sorry, I didn't saw that. Okay, then if we show language selector, so these are all the modules. to pause to find the correct, so I don't waste your time. This is pause. Okay, so after a few seconds I found it, and yeah, it's right after end of the loop for each for the categories, and I put one if there one h1, and it appears. So the trick now is to know if the variable is set. So there is code to check if the app is installed, but instead of doing that, I can check if just the value is set, and in that case I know that how do I say, the restaurant has set up the impression text and title, but the problem here is that you cannot remove it. So the best way will be to do is to both check for the value and for is the app active. Okay, so first I will need to check if app is installed, and then if I will check if there is value. Don't show it if not. Okay, and the way to do that, to check if the app is installed, is I need to go to the restaurants controller and check it from there. I will find the code for modules. How do I check if the app is installed? I was doing that in orders, so I will just find the modules there. Okay, module has PDF invoice. Okay, do we have PDF invoice? In this case, in the show method of the sorry, this is on front-end controller. On restaurant method, I will need to check if I do have this app installed. So do we have the impression app? Do we have Impressum app? And module has PDF invoice, in our case is Impressum. Okay, so in this value I will store if I have the app installed. So to do that I will need to use this in the front end. Okay, and I need to pass that value to the controller itself. So restaurant, and at the end I should pass the value. So it's like this. So this will tell me if I have the app installed. Do we have the Impressum app? And I will check if I have the Impressum app, then do H1. Yes, we do. Okay, and after that we need to specify. Yes, we do. So this resulted to true. And if I remove the folder, if I remove that code from there, from the modules, impression will not be shown. So you want to control it both ways. Okay, now what I need to do, check if there is a value for the impression, and to do that I will need to get the restaurant custom fields, and to do that I need to go front-end controller, and I see that I'm sending the restaurant value via the restaurant. So I have it like this, so I will do if, so this is a blade, if restaurant. Okay, and then how to ask for the custom value. So I'm having this as a trait, and if I go to the restaurants trait, to the traits folder, in app traits, this is config, and I can get config. I can do a get config for specific key. So if restaurant get config for a specific key, and our key in that matter was this is the other one, impression module. The name was impression title, but I will use impression value. So if we have impression value, which by default we have this, and if the length of that string is bigger than 5, then I will display the code, and I will, for that code, I will have let's say h3 and h3, which I will do like this. Then I will need to get the restaurant title, restaurant config impression title it was. Let's check that. Module, this is PDF invoice module. It was impression title, so this was for the title. Yes, by default we should have this one. Okay, and if let's see that impression looks nice, and then I will put just in P in paragraph the text for the value. Impression value. Okay, let's see that. Yeah, looks nice. Let's try to change it to something more I like so far. The problem is that we don't have new lines. Okay, and let's see if this works. BR, I don't think it will, but let's see. No, it doesn't. How that can work? Let's see if that works. I don't think either. Cross N. So the thing to do here is that I need to display it as not as text but as code. Let's see if that will work. Let's open PHP echo and then the restaurant. Don't know if this is the best way to do that. Obviously not, because I have this. And okay, this is the end, but let's try with BR. Save. Okay, and that appears, so I will remove this part here. But a tricky question now is how to let the user know how to make new lines. And since it is HTML, what we need is to use CKey editor or another what you get editor on this field, the field that appears here. and to do that I think I'm using CKey editor. Okay. Let's see how we trigger CKey editor. Sorry, this is a bit of searching, but give me a few seconds. I'll pause the video once again. Okay, after some searching, I was able to find how I can do that. So now appears as text, but let's have how we did it in pages for the restaurants, for the administrator. And there we have included the CKey editor via script. So I should go to edit of the restaurants. I should include the CKey editor, and I should get the ID, the instance that I want to appear as a CKey editor. And to do that I will inspect this and see the ID, which is custom, and then the value, so it appears like this. And I think with this should work. Let's see that. Yep, and I'm able to put it in bold, and if I save it, this is my impression, and if I go here I should see it in bold, and I'm able to put some links, so it's fully working as it should. So after that's done, you can zip the file in the impression folder, and you can use it as a module and share it with some other instances if you have a Foodtiger, WhatsApp or QR. And yeah, hopefully with this video I present you how you can use this system to make minimal changes as possible to the core code to get the functionality that you want, because that's the end goal of this, to make less changes on the core code and achieve the functionality via a module or an app. And yeah, hopefully you find this video useful, and yeah, hopefully you will like this module that I will release. Thank you.